Last week, we discussed temperature. Now let's chat about all that pressure. On a typical home machine, you may not have a huge amount of control over the amount of pressure that your machine uses throughout the brewing process. But if you do, likely what you're working with is a pre-infusion function, and it may or may not be adjustable. Pre-infusion is when you start pulling your shot at low pressure, giving your water a chance to incorporate itself with your grounds and slowly start extracting before hitting them with a full 9 bars. A short pre-infusion can be beneficial if you're not getting a really full-bodied shot or your espresso is tasting dull, because here again, we're talking about dissolving soluble solids into your cup. If you go straight for 9 bars, your water is going to penetrate and escape your grounds fairly quickly. While you can certainly extract quite a bit with that amount of pressure, slowing things down for a short period of time and letting your grounds react with your water for a moment or two is just like giving yourself a head start. Additionally, now that we're using the brew ratio method to pull our shots, we'll be using less water during extraction, so we'll want to use our time wisely. Pre-infusion will cause your shot to come out faster, so we're able to use a finer grind to counteract that, which will contribute to that fuller bodied and fuller flavored espresso that I mentioned, because finer particles will dissolve easier. Play with a pre-infusion of anywhere from 1 to 9 seconds, and if you can, maybe even try a few seconds pause before you hit full pressure and see how the body and flavor of your espresso changes depending on how much you dissolve before coming in with full pressure. The idea is to get your entire puck saturated before moving to full pressure, so a higher dose will require a longer pre-infusion. And in case you were wondering, pre-infusion is still infusion, so you want to start timing your shot as soon as water is allowed to hit your grounds. If you'd like to get really technical and you have the machine for it, you can also try pressure profiling. For a lot of people, pressure profiling tends to mimic the extraction process of a lever espresso machine, starting with a pre-infusion, then ramping up to 9 bars, and about mid-extraction, beginning to slowly decrease in pressure for the rest of the process. As pressure decreases, naturally flow slows down. This is good because as flow slows, extraction increases as water spends more time with your grounds. This results in a nice thick shot but a balanced flavor profile. However, that is only one method, and you can create a pressure profile with all kinds of increases and decreases in pressure throughout extraction. You can try extracting in repeated cycles with short periods of low pressure, followed by a few seconds at high pressure, to extract in short, dense waves. Or you can just play around and see what happens. If you found a unique pressure profile that works for you and your coffee, let me know. I'm always up to try a new brew recipe. Thanks again for watching. Now go brew some espresso.